Hey everybody, welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in British Columbia, Canada. And you can find me online at stampingwithmelva.com. Saturday today, and I'm here with a fun fold for you. I love making fun folds. I hope you do too. I seem to make a lot of them, so yeah, if you like fun folds, yeah, you'll probably find me making them at least once a week. So this one is called an interlocking fold. I think interlocking back fold card, not sure, but it's an interlocking card. Really easy to make, and I love easy fun folds. And I'm going to show you, this is a sneak peek from the upcoming online exclusives that come out in July called Perfectly Pairs. I got to see this on the incentive trip in Orlando last month, and I am in love with this Perfectly Pairs. We're using it, we're so in love with it. We're using it for the Your Creativity it's either Your Creativity Awaits or Club this coming month. So it's a lovely, lovely suite of products and in all of my favorite colors. Hey Amanda, welcome. All right, I'm going to switch over and we'll get started. Just making sure that I can see comments on my Facebook. There we go. Okay, so this is the Perfectly Pairs suite. So it comes with this lovely bundle, a two-step stamping. So it makes it so, and it's distinctive stamping, so it makes it so easy to make gorgeous pairs, and some lovely ways that you can do some coloring. So you have the large pairs, the two pairs together, and the stems that you can do two-step stamping, and then the flowers and some lovely, lovely sentiments. For the dies, of course, you can cut out the pairs, the stem. You've got some labels and some, these little background standalone, like these gorgeous flowers. I love this stem. Today we're going to keep it simple. I'm actually using a couple of pieces of the Designer Series paper, which you can also cut out using these dies. Okay, this gorgeous, gorgeous Designer Series paper. So I'll show you the real pattern side first. So look at this one with the lovely lots of pairs. This one with some, I love this, is Darling Duckling with some petal pink. Secret Sea as a background for Old Olive and Darling Duckling and Calypso Coral and petal pink. This is the one you can cut out the pairs. You can either fussy cut these pairs and stems or you can use the dies. Look at this gorgeous one with the petal pink background. And then this one is interesting. This is perfect for scrapbooking, but you can make a whole bunch of 4x4 note cards with this if you cut it strategically. So if you cut it into 4-inch pieces, you would, I think it's 4-inch, maybe it's, yeah, 4-inch pieces. You can actually end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 note cards and then leave some basic white in the middle. So it's a great way to use that piece if you're not into scrapbooking. And then the other side, Mossy Meadow patterned. Look at this one with the lovely little kind of very delicate flowers. Darling Duckling and petal pink together. Mossy Meadow, Secret Sea and Old Olive. And then petal pink and Calypso Coral. Absolutely stunning, stunning paper. Okay, and then the other two parts to this suite. This is Mossy Meadow and Gold 1/4-inch ribbon. Let's see, there we go. You can see there the shimmer to it. I love 1/4-inch ribbon. It's so easy to tie bows with. It's not so big on your projects, and so this one ties nicely. There we go. And then the other is, they're called low profile sparkle dots. And I believe they're in Secret Sea, Mossy Meadow, and Darling Duckling. But this one goes with Pretty Peacock. This one will go with Old Olive as well. And this one, they look gold. So they're great for Christmas. They go really nicely with the Season of Elegance paper, specialty paper we had last year with those colors. Okay, let's make this card. I'm also using on my card, this is the Damask Designs embossing folder that is part of the beautiful gallery suite. I love this one, very delicate background. Okay, I've got my measurements here. So this is, we're gonna start with, I've got basic beige, and I've already gone ahead and scored this as I was trying to figure out measurements. So this is a piece that is 5.5 by 10 3/4, and it's scored at 1 5/8, 3 1/4, 7.5, and 9 1/8. I just want to make sure those are. So 1 5/8, 3 1/4, 7.5, and 9 1/8. So we're going to take and we're going to fold it in mountain, valley, valley, mountain. So we'll start with the valley folds. We'll just fold those in on itself. Get it straight. Give that a really good burnish so it lays nice and flat. And then this one, fold back. So that's the mountain. And then this is the other valley. And then the other mountain fold. So your card looks like pretty much a standard gatefold card. When you open it, it just now did I say this piece? This piece is 5.5 by 10 3/4. So if you're cutting it 5.5 by 10 3/4, so just a little shorter than a full length piece of cardstock. Okay, then you've got 2 pieces of old olive. So you've got this large piece. I'll show you the layout. So this piece goes up like this, and it is 2 3/4 by 3 7/8, which goes up here. And then this piece of old olive, let's get this kind of where it goes. This piece of old olive goes over top of it, which is 2 3/8 by 3 3/8. And then we're going to layer on some of this gorgeous designer series paper, and I'll give you those measurements in a minute. And then I've got a piece of the embossed cardstock, and then we'll decorate it. Oh, and then you need 2 pieces, so I've got those 2 pieces going on the side. So I'll give you those measurements as we go through. Okay, so we've got our card base. Now, we're going to put designer series paper on these 2 flaps, and those pieces are 1 1/4 by 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. You can make it a little bit wider if you wanted to, but I'm going to use the opposite side of the designer series paper, so it's the Mossy Meadow side of the paper that I'm going to use on the front flaps. All right, now these 2 pieces, or these 2 front pieces. So we can take our designer series paper. So I said that this piece was 2 3/4 by 3 7/8. So the piece of designer series paper is 2 5/8 by 3 3/4. So just a little bit smaller. So it's going to go on. So you're just going to get a. Oopsie, I cut that one. Darn. Okay, hang on for a sec. I didn't cut that the right width. Let's see if I can do this without getting my trimmer all gunged up. 2 5/8. Yeah, I need to. Oopsie. So this should be, sorry, I'm just over here on my trimmer. This one should be, there we go. Okay, I had cut that just a little bit too wide. There we go. So 2 5/8 by 3 3/4. So you just get a sneak peekaboo of that old olive in behind. Now I got sticky fingers. Okay, and then the piece of basic beige is 2 1/4 by 3 1/4, and I embossed it using that Damask Designs embossing folder. And again, you just get that little peekaboo of the old olive. Okay. So these 2 pieces are going to go on, one there, and then this one is going to go over top. So when you adhere these on, you only want to adhere it on to the left, this left side. So you're only adhering this to the flap. You can adhere it with either dimensionals or flat with liquid glue. So I'm just going to make sure that I'm going to just put a row of dimensionals down. Oops, I got 2 there, so I'll use 2. Okay, down that side. So you're only adhering it to the flap, and we're just going to have just a little bit, just a little bit in, so you see the edge of the designer series paper. So that goes on like that. And then this piece will come over top of it, and it's going to go on exactly the same way. Again, only adhering, in this case, the right-hand side, which is this one, to the flap. So that goes on like that. And then again, this one, we're just going to, everything's sticking to my fingers here. Okay, so there we go. So now you can see that's how they interlock, because this left piece clicks in. Now I need to just give it another burnish here, just so it's laying flat, completely laying flat. Really give it a good burnish so that those pieces lay flat. So then that piece just clicks in like that. So now we can decorate. Just checking. All right. Okay. Let's come out a little bit. There we go. All right. So now we can decorate. Now I cut out one of the pears. Now you can use the dies to cut this out. I always find it really just easy to fussy cut, but if you wanted to use the dies, you absolutely can. So you got a whole bunch of pears you can cut out. So you could actually sit in front of the TV maybe and cut some of these pears out. If you don't like to fussy cut, grab your dies. And you don't have to worry about getting exactly the same distance from all around. I don't worry too much. I just kind of fussy cut around. And again, when you steer the paper instead of the scissors, you will find it much easier. Okay, so I've got my pear, and I've got my, look how fun that is. Thanks, Lorraine. Okay, so we're gonna put this on using some dimensionals. And I'm going to use, if I can find my mini dimensionals. Oh, here's some black ones. Did you know we have black dimensionals? Although they're the big ones. Here's the black little ones. Did you know we have black dimensionals? I always forget about them. But here, I found them this time. So they're great for dark paper. So we'll use them on this one. Just tuck that underneath there. I love this paper, Lorraine. You're going to love it. You just have to give it a chance. All right, I've got a piece of basic white that is 4 inches by 5 1/4, and then a piece of this gorgeous, I'm going to use that one because my pears are going in the wrong direction. So we'll turn it over and use the other side like I did on the front. So this piece of designer series paper is 3/4 of an inch by 4, just to go something decorated on the inside of the card. And like that. And again, that tucks under. Mine's popping up a little bit, but it'll start to lay flat. Now I need a sentiment. Let's get a smaller piece of scrap piece of paper. I need to decorate the front as well, but we'll do a sentiment first. Where are my sentiments? Okay, so I think I'm going to do the thank you, and I'm going to stamp it in Mossy Meadow. Find a little block. There we go. Mossy Meadow needs to be re-inked. It's pretty light. I think I need to get my re-inker out, but we'll use this one. All right, so I'm just gonna fussy cut. Yeah, Therese, this is definitely a must-have suite. It is absolutely stunning. Comes out July 1st, I believe. Canada Day. Okay, so I'm just going to take, and I'm just going to pop that up. Let's take that off. Put my dimensional on before I figured out where I was going to put my sentiment. So let's take that dimensional off and just a little bit of glue on that other side so it doesn't wobble. There we go. Put it on like that. Now we still need, I don't think I'm going to use the ribbon, but look how absolutely gorgeous this ribbon would look on these colors. But we are going to use these sparkle gems or sparkle dots. And I think I'm going to use, what am I going to use? Not the Secret Sea ones. I think I'm going to use the yellow ones, Darling Duckling ones. Just because they'll pop and they've got a bit of a sparkle to them, which is fun. Make sure when you put them on, you figure out how your card is going to close so they don't get tucked underneath. But there we go. There we go. There is an interlocking, I kind of like an interlocking gatefold card using the new Perfectly Pairs a bundle. So I know you're going to love this. The two-step stamping in this with the distinctive stamp is absolutely amazing. Hey, Gabriella, welcome. Sorry, I missed a few people, but I'm glad I'm actually seeing comments on Facebook. I have to have my Facebook app open, but I am seeing comments, and that hasn't happened for a while. So thank you guys for commenting, and also for those that have been on lives where I haven't commented. It's not because I wouldn't comment, it's because I haven't seen the comments. Something about technology. All right, everybody, thanks for joining me. I hope you liked that fun fold. It was pretty easy to do, just a lot of, but a bit of layering. You got to always fancy it up with some layers. So tomorrow I will be live at 12 noon, so come join me. And I think I'm going to do another project. I'm resisting doing any, dare I say, Christmas projects in June. I have a couple of Christmas suites and bundles and things that came out in the online exclusives that we could pre-order. So I think I'll resist a little bit doing Christmas for the moment. So I'll make another card or project using the Perfectly Pairs.